January 2nd, 2015, the Kentucky State Police Emergency 911 Communications Center at Mayfield received a 911 call from a resident in Lyon County in the Suwannee community at approximately 6:34 p.m. on the 2nd, reporting that a 7-year-old child, female, had come to his residence and advised him that she was injured and that she had been in a plane crash. First responders were notified and responded to Larry Wilkins' residence at 196 Buckberry Trail. At or about the same time, we received information from the FAA Memphis Air Center that they had had a distress report from a pilot in the same area at around 5:55 to 5:56 p.m. The pilot reported an emergency, and it's my understanding that he previously, his destination was Mount Vernon, Illinois, and he was asking to divert to the nearest airport to make an emergency landing. He was reported to be approximately 7 miles east of Kentucky Dam Airport. Kentucky Dam Airport is a state park managed non-controlled airstrip near Calvert City, Kentucky. The FAA Memphis Air Center had not had any further contact between the time that their last contact, just before 6 p.m. Central Time, and the 911 call that we received just after 6:30 at 6:34 p.m. Troopers and emergency service personnel from Lyon County were dispatched to the scene. The first unit arrived. It was a Kentucky State Trooper at 6:41 p.m. along with Lyon County EMS at the Wilkins home. Another state trooper arrived at 6:58 p.m. and a search was immediately conducted or initiated at that time. The little girl was in shorts. She was in a short sleeve shirt. She had apparent minor injury to her, but she was otherwise calm when we got there. She'd been scratched up. She had possible broken bones to her wrist and arm. And she was coherent and able to give us information about the general direction in which she had come from. This young lady reported that she had been on an aircraft that was headed back to Southern Illinois from Florida, where they had vacationed with family, and that during the flight something went wrong, and what she knew from that point was something to the effect that the plane was upside down. Her family on board was unresponsive. She utilized her non-injured arm and hand to free herself from the aircraft. There was a small fire at the site of the crash. She contemplated taking some type of stick to somehow possibly light that, use it as a torch to illuminate her path. This was abandoned because she was not able to find an item that would have done that for her. She began walking, and it's estimated that she walked for probably around 15 to 20 minutes, maybe more, in the wooded area before she was able to see a light at the residence of Mr. Wilkins. The path that she took the exact path is unknown, but the location of the aircraft that was later recovered is in about a 1,400 acre area that's in between Kentucky 1271, Kentucky 810 South, and Chestnut Oak Road. And it extends in a east to west location, that wooded area and a few fields that's primarily unpopulated all the way to Lake Barkley, near the Eureka area of Lake Barkley. She walked until she navigated down trees. She navigated briars and bushes. She navigated significant ditch lines and was able to make it out to safety. And what she told us was to do so in order to receive assistance for her family. She was transported to an area hospital in Paducah, Kentucky, where she was treated, and it's our understanding she was subsequently released about 1:15. We dispatched a female Kentucky State Police trooper to be with her for her duration while she was in Kentucky, until she could be reunited with family. During the time between 6:58 p.m. and 8:50 p.m., first responders from this county, as well as numerous mutual aid agencies from surrounding counties, conducted an extensive search of the area looking for the wreckage. The aircraft was located by Lyon County Sheriff Kent Murphy, who summoned additional assistance from state police and other agencies to the crash site. Lyon County EMS personnel made it to the crash site and confirmed that the 4 remaining passengers of the aircraft were deceased. The mission then became one of a recovery and an investigatory from that point. Our efforts were consulted with the FAA and the NTSB, which has led us to today.
Good morning. As you stated, I am Heidi Motes, and I'm an air safety investigator with the National Transportation Safety Board. I first want to express my condolences to the family members of the victims on board of the airplane. And secondly, I would like to express my gratitude to all the local and state authorities who have helped us with this investigation. Today we are here to document facts and circumstances, and we will not be looking at probable causes, and we will not be discussing probable cause. So on January 2nd, about 6 p.m., a Piper PA-34, November 81291, impacted trees and terrain just west of the Kentucky Dam State Airport. There were 5 occupants on board, 4 of them were fatally injured, and 1 incurred serious injury. Today is our first day on scene, and we will be gathering the perishable evidence and documenting the accident site. Also, the salvage facility has arrived, and they are working right now to remove the airplane from the accident site. Once we remove the airplane, we will take it to their facility a little bit farther south of here, and we will thoroughly examine the airframe and the engine of the airplane. After this initial phase of the on-scene investigation, we will issue a preliminary report in about 10 days, and that preliminary report can be found on the NTSB website, which is www.ntsb.gov. As we continue to gather the facts, we will look into the man, the machine, and the environment, and put together a factual report that will be issued in about a year. After that, that report will be sent to the NTSB 5-member safety board, and from there they will issue the probable cause. We are going to try and make contact with her. We're going to talk to her family first and then try and make contact with her soon. Like I said, we're going to be documenting the on-scene evidence right now, taking pictures, gathering the perishable evidence. Once we take the airplane back to the salvage facility, we'll be going more in-depth investigation into the airframe and looking to make sure everything was working all right and take a better look at the engines. After that, we'll get the weather data, air traffic control data, many more other pieces of information, and put them together into that factual report that will be issued in about a year's time. Having someone that is a witness always helps us in the investigation. It gives us kind of a storyline, and it's helpful in any situation.
I've been asked some questions concerning the formality. Obviously, when it's a multi-jurisdictional investigation, what does one group do versus the other one? As far as from the state police perspective, our investigation from this point forward deals with the individual deaths of the decedents that were on board the aircraft. The decedents' bodies were removed with the assistance of the first responders in coordination with the coroner's office and both NTSB and FAA on the night that it was recovered. And from that point, the bodies were removed to the Kentucky State Medical Examiner's Office in Louisville, Kentucky, where a post-mortem examination and/or medical review of the individual bodies was completed. I can confirm that there was a post-mortem examination completed on the father who was the pilot of the aircraft, pursuant to a normal protocol. And while I believe that a full postmortem was done on all of the occupants, I can't verify that at this time. So I've been asked that question this morning, and I can't verify it, but I do believe that the Kentucky State Medical Examiner's Office did conduct a full postmortem exam on all of the decedents. The bodies, once the full identifications are made on all of our victims, the bodies will be released and may have this time back to their families or their designees and transported back to the Nashville, Illinois area, is my understanding. Amazingly calm. Mr. Wilkins has said she was very shook up when she got to the house, but he had already began attending to her injuries with a washcloth and getting her cleaned up, but I was literally just struck by how calm that she was able to, and the ability for her to give us information. You know, she was obviously distraught, but probably in shock, but she was able to amazingly give us very detailed information at that time. I think so, because she indicated to us that she believed that her family was deceased, but that she hoped that they were just sleeping. Yes, after trying to raise her family and get them to communicate with her, and I think even touching some of them as she was coming out of the aircraft. After she was able to, she told us she was able to get out using her uninjured limb, and in doing so, she did not see any lights at all at the house. She thought about, as I've already stated, trying to use a stick somehow. Obviously, the woods was damp; it was misting. That wasn't successful, so she just started walking to find help, and she could not see any lights at all until she got out of the wooded area that she'd been wandering in for probably a considerable amount of time. And then when she saw the street light or a light there by Mr. Wilkins' home, that's what that was the direction that she headed to. All I can tell you, and I don't want to compromise anything that they, because that certainly would be a part of their investigation. What was reported to us by Memphis Center was that the pilot had reported, I believe that he was on an instrument flight plan, and that he had requested to deviate off that to after declaring an emergency on board. And I won't be talking about the specifics of what emergency he declared, because that's concerned with their investigation. But he declared the emergency, requested the airport. They provided him that closest information for that. They were able to get his elevation. They were able to, which was at the last contact, I think, was about 1,800 feet. And you know, beyond that, that was pretty much all they advised us, and they weren't able to give us an interpretation of his coherency or you know, whether he was excited or not. I'm sure he was, but these pilots are, you know, they're professionals.